Well, I have to say that the current title owners of Tomohiro Ishii, Yoshi-Hashi, and Hirooki Goto have definitely done wonders and elevated the never openweight 6-man championships, because they have had some pretty awesome matches lately.
They have, man. They are, by any measure, the greatest never openweight 6-man tag champions of all time, and it's not even close. They just passed a full year as champions. They have, I think they're like 2 or 3 past the defense record now. The match from Monday against LIJ from Yokohama was their 9th defense. And yeah, man, look at Yoshi-Hashi, man. Doesn't it make you happy?
Yeah, I think they're way past here. The most defenses was 4, and they're at 9 now.
What?
And they're at 368 days, so they just passed a year 3 days ago, holding the titles. So they are now the longest as well, with the most recent being 340. So yeah.
And we know they're not going to have to defend them again for several weeks at least, because Ishii is probably in California right now.
Yeah, so it'll be a while for him to go back. So they had some pretty awesome matches. We're also going to talk about the first 3 nights of the Super Junior Tag League as well. And so yeah, we were basically covering August up until today, because they haven't done anything since the 10th. So we're going to be covering all that fun stuff. Basically the big matches. If there are any smaller matches that you want to comment on while we get to them, just chime in. But before we get to that, you are listening to the That's Wrestling podcast. If you're listening to this as a podcast, we do this show live over on Twitch and on YouTube. You can follow the links in the show notes for those. You can follow us on Twitter at That's Wrestling 1 with the number 1. You can send comment, question, feedback to Eric at that'swrestling.com. Did I already say that? Discord link is in the show notes as well. Leave a comment or leave a feedback on your favorite podcast app of choice for us. Leave us a review. Hit that like button on the video if you're watching this later. All that fun stuff. And back again with me is Trae. You can find him at WrestleIsm on the Twitter. How's it going in the past 10 minutes since I'd last talked to you?
Yeah, man, it was good. Good 10 minutes. Happy to be back.
All right, so we're going to kick it off here talking New Japan from August 1st, 2021 in Korakeun Hall in Tokyo. And this was a never openweight 6-man championship match with Taichi, Zack Sabre Jr., and Minoru Suzuki challenging Tomohiro Ishii, Yoshi-Hashi, and Hirooki Goto for their championship. And boy, howdy, did this start off pretty fun. Ishii and Suzuki beat the crap out of each other right out of the gate. They probably hit each other with at least 20 forearms apiece. And then both guys collapse in their own corners and tag out.
It was wonderful. Also, this match was awesome. It was great. 36-minute epic. Also need to note the 2 opening matches on this show. We had our young lions are going on excursion finally at Yuya Uemura's send-off match against Kazuchika Okada. And Yota Tsuji finally got his singles match against Tetsuya Naito.
And Naito came out in his big match whites.
Yeah. Naito came out in his big match whites. That was a little nod, a little show of respect. 2 fun matches. Okada and Uemura, and just imagine that match in 4 or 5 years. That would rule.
Mm-hmm.
Okada was like in full on prick heel mode, just to like, you gotta rough up the young lion a bit on the way out. And he actually unleashed the Rainmaker on him, which I thought was he didn't make him go out to the damn money clip. But Naito did beat Yota Tsuji with a torture style crab hold. Yeah, the other matches in the show were just a couple of six mans, but had to note our young lions going on excursion.
Yes. So Suzuki Ishii beat the crap out of each other. They both collapse in their own corners. We get a bit of a breakdown, and then both Zack Sabre Jr. and Taichi are hit with war drums from Chaos. Go back and forth, lots of brawling on the outside. Ishii and Suzuki then pick up their forearm exchange again on the outside. Taichi chokes Goto with the camera cable. Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr. beat down on Goto to try to stop him from getting into the ring, but he does make the 20 count at 19. Suzuki beats the crap out of Goto a bit. Techers join in the beating. They get the heat on Goto for a while. Ishii gets a tag, and he and Zack Sabre Jr. have a fun exchange of counters and dodges. Ishii chops the crap out of Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. tries an uppercut. Ishii is unfazed. Zack Sabre Jr. comes back, attacks the arm of Ishii, and that's kind of the ongoing story for the rest of this match. We go to a submission. We have a breakdown. Everybody runs in. Zack Sabre Jr. and Taichi double team Ishii for a bit. Back to a submission attempt. Ishii eventually makes some space, gets a tag out to Yoshi-Hashi, and Taichi also gets tagged in as well. They exchange strikes. Taichi hits kicks while Yoshi-Hashi is hitting forearms and chops. Duck Snap Axe Bomber hits a headhunter, and everybody else is brawling on the outside, so I hear tons of crashing into barricades. Taichi hits some hard kicks and then pops Yoshi-Hashi right in the forehead with one. Yoshi-Hashi Rana's out of a last ride attempt, puts on the butterfly lock. Zack Sabre Jr. has to break that up, and then Suzuki-gun gets everybody into submissions. Yoshi-Hashi eventually escapes. Taichi hits a chokeslam for a 2 count. They set up for the Holy Zack driver, but Goto breaks it up. Taichi escapes a GYW attempt. Everybody runs in and hits their shit, and then everybody's down. So we have a sextuple down. Yoshi-Hashi.
Pardon me, a what down?
A sextuple.
I'm joking, go ahead.
Yoshi-Hashi hits a brainbuster for a 2 count. Taichi escapes a Karma. Yoshi-Hashi escapes the Black Mephisto. Saito suplex for a 2 count. Goto and Suzuki tag in. Goto hits a spinning heel kick and a bulldog for a 2. Yoshi-Hashi stops the Gotch pile driver. Then Yoshi-Hashi and Taichi take each other out. Goto and Suzuki start throwing hands. Suzuki hits a drop kick, puts on the rear naked choke. Goto fights out of the pile driver, puts on a guillotine choke, and then hits a reverse GTR. Ishii and Zack Sabre Jr. brawl, and then Suzuki hits a headbutt and a punch. Goto again fights out of the pile driver, hits a Yushigoroshi, and then Ishii runs over Suzuki. Double knees from Yoshi-Hashi, and then Goto and Yoshi-Hashi hit the GYW and get the victory to retain their never open weight 6-man championship.
Yeah, this match was awesome, and I appreciated that the finish was the GYW on Minoru Suzuki, because the whole sort of the point behind the 2 never open weight 6-man matches that we've had in the past weeks are there previewing. We've got that 3-way match for the tag titles at MetLife Dome, and the kind of the odd men out, the team that the other 2 teams kind of disregard and disdain, is Goto and Yoshi-Hashi. And so a big part of this match, The other one was kind of more Ishii focused, but the focus of this match was really about showing the strength of Goto and Yoshi-Hashi as a tag team.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're done, if you're done, are you done with that match?
Yep.
Just want to point out, I'm looking because it's there's one main ongoing story in the Super Junior Tag League, and so I was just looking at least going back to the beginning of Summer Struggle, July 10th. Yo has lost the fall in every match he has been in, except for one 6-man where Robbie Eagles submitted Doki. Even when they did the 5-on-5 elimination match between Suzuki-gun and Chaos, every other elimination was over the top rope. Except Suzuki and Ishii both got counted out. Every other elimination was over the top rope, except for the last one, which was Yo submitting to Numero Dos. So Yo having a really hard time, which is Roppongi 3K had won this tournament every time out, like 3 in a row. There wasn't one last year technically, but. And so the main theme of the Super Junior Tag League has been what is going on with Yo.
Yeah. They had a Super Junior Tag League last year. It was at the end of the year. It was late. It was late in the year.
Well,
if I remember correctly.
Well, they had They might as well have called it because that was after Yo had the knee injury and they vacated the titles.
Mm-hmm.
So they had that little 4-team league for the junior heavyweight tag titles, but they didn't actually have a proper Super Junior Tag League.
After the match, LIJ come out, Tetsuya, Naito, Sonata, and Bushi, they come out and they challenge for the 6-man belts. Yeah,
and so Kevin Kelly over the course of several shows really did a great job of explaining, because they Goto, Ishii, and Yoshi-Hashi had previously defended the titles against Naito, Sonata, and Bushi. But as Kevin Kelly has pointed out, number one, Bushi has been very on form lately, and number two, Naito and Sonata have really gelled as a tag team, and in fact managed to briefly be IWGP Tag Team Champions. So the idea was that they were going to give a much better, they were going to be much more prepared to function as a team in this match, and so that was what a lot of the build was about.
All right, we move on to August 7th, 2021, again in Korakeun Hall in Tokyo, and we kick off the Super Junior Super Junior Tag League with Robbie Eagles teaming with Tiger Mask versus
Flying Tiger,
Gedo, and Dick Togo, combined age of 103.
Flying Tigers versus the Far East Connection.
Gedo and Togo attack while Eagles is still being introduced. Tiger Mask fights off both of the guys. We get double teaming from Tiger Mask and Eagles on Gedo with kicks. Double team on Togo as well, ending in a double drop kick on him. And then Gedo and Togo run away and they stall for time. Togo distracts the ref, and Gedo whips Tiger Mask with his belt, and these were like hard shots with his belt. They cracked. They beat up Tiger Mask for a while. Plenty of cheating for Gedo and Togo. Tiger Mask hits a rewind kick to get the tag out to Eagles. Hits Togo with some kicks and a Shining Wizard. Gedo's cheating backfires, and he gets drop toe hold into Dick's dick. And double knees into the corner for a 2 count. Dick Togo suckers Eagles in and kicks him in the knee. Roll up attempt right into a crossface out of the kick out. Eagles gets to the ropes. Gedo hits a knee to the back when Eagles is is hitting the ropes, and Gedo gets tagged in, hits a complete shot for a 2 count. Tiger Mask saves Eagles getting choked, or saves him from getting choked with the garrote, and then he hits a Tiger Driver on Gedo, tope on Togo, and then Gedo pushes Eagles into the ref. Eagles blocks the low blow attempt, hits a few kicks, running elbow to the back of the head, drop kick to the knee, Ron Miller special. Gedo taps out in the middle of the ring.
He is having a hell of a success rate with that Ron Miller special, man. Can't miss.
Mm-hmm. Do you like my drop toe hold into Dick Stick?
Yes, I did enjoy that.
This match was fine. I mean,
it was fine,
nothing to write home about, but it was fine. Actually, this whole junior tag league is fine. Nothing to write home about.
Yeah, that's pretty good. But yeah, some of these matches are, really fun. It's like nothing. If you're one of the people who I understand everybody's got their favorite promotions and you got your ones that you prioritize. If you're a person who only watches like the big New Japan shows, you're not really missing anything. But if you're, somebody who really likes New Japan, this is a good time.
Yeah, all these matches have been good. They all come in 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah. None of them drag on like some of the matches have lately in New Japan. Like they just went way too long. I'm just going through real quick, and the longest match that I've seen in World Tag League went 19 minutes, and there was one that went 18 minutes, and the rest of them were like 15 or less.
Yeah, I haven't gone above. I've gone 3.5 stars has been my max for this tournament so far. But 3.5 stars is a very good match.
It's serviceable. Yes, it is a very competent match. We have Ryusake Taguchi teaming up with Master Wato, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru with El Desperado. That's a pretty typical team. And this match starts exactly the same as the last match. Kanemaru and Desperado attack their opponents while they're being introduced. Taguchi and Desperado end up starting it off as the legal men. We get double teaming from Taguchi and Wato. Wato tagged in, drops Desperado with a mid kick for a 2. Taguchi tags in and hits a bunch of palm strikes, misses a hip attack, and Kanemaru throws him into the barricade on the outside. It's a suplex on the floor on the outside. They beat up Taguchi for a while. Taguchi eventually hits a hip attack, gets a tag out to Master Wato. Master Wato hits a springboard uppercut for a 2 count on Desperado. They throw a ton of forearms at each other, which is not a smart idea on Wato's part. Wato blocks a Kataro de Angel, and they go back and forth. Desperado catches a flying head scissors, but can't hit the powerbomb out of it. But he does come back a moment later, hits a side suplex. Kanemaru tags in, hits the running low drop kick for a 2 count. Massive leg lariat from Wato coming back. Gets a tag to Taguchi. Few hip attack, springboard hip attack for a 2 count. And then Kanemaru hits the drop kick to the knee. Double team drop kick, suplex combo from Kanemaru and Desperado for a 2 count. Taguchi hits 2 of the amigos, can't hit the third. Hits a hip attack though, and then we get double teaming from Wato and Taguchi. Wheelbarrow splash for 2. Wato and Desperado fight on the outside. Taguchi almost gets a roll up win. Desperado breaks up a Dodon attempt, and then Wato takes out Desperado again. Taguchi hits Bomaye for a 2, and then Kanemaru gets a flash pin with a roll up here and gets his team 2 points.
I like this, but I greatly enjoy the team. They don't have a name. I have dubbed them Despimaru. Love this team of Desperado and Kanemaru. This was a very fun match, and also Ryusuke Taguchi and Master Wato, a very fun babyface team. The team of 6 or 9.
Yeah, Wato is slowly growing on me. His name's horrible. He should just go back to his real name. But he's looking better. The ring gear is better. It's that dark blue, and he doesn't have the baby blue hair. So his look is better, and he's definitely doing better.
Doing better, learning to carry himself a little more like a star. I have been a Master Wato supporter from the beginning, so I'm glad to see him growing into himself.
So fun one there, which, I mean, Taguchi matches usually are pretty fun. We have Yo and Sho versus El Phantasmo and Taiji Ishimori, the current tag champions, junior tag champions. Sho and ELP start things off with a little bit of chain wrestling. Yo blind tags in, and ELP and Ishimori get taken out, and they take a long breather on the outside, just killing time. Sho and Yo get beat up on the outside for a bit. They beat up Yo back in the ring. We see the back rakes, the standing on the balls. I'm not sure how this is not a DQ when you're doing it right in front of the ref, as a low blow any other time is a DQ. ELP pulls Sho off of the apron so Yo can't make the tag. They continue to beat up on Yo, but Yo does manage to fight over and make the tag. Sho takes out ELP and fights Ishimori in the ring, drops him with some kicks, works an arm bar. Ishimori makes it to the ropes. Sho attacks the arm. Both guys tag out. So back to Yo and ELP. They have a striking exchange. Back and forth they go. Sho and Yo hit some double team on Ishimori. Hit some double team on ELP, but Ishimori prevents the 3K. Bullet Club hit the assisted Codebreaker hold down into the best moonsault ever for a 2 count. They hit the flying knee UFO combo for a 2 count, and then ELP and Sho fight on the outside. Sho tries a few roll-up attempts back in the ring. Ishimori rolls one into a bone lock, but loses it when rolling away, but immediately lifts him up, hits the bloody cross on Yo, and gets the victory.
Yeah, this was quite good. The Roppongi 3K losing effort against Bullet Club's cutest tag team.
Yes, and they say they're not selling the shirts.
Gotta make sure we get those names over.
Yeah, I thought this was good. I really liked the end. I liked Ishimori getting on the bone lock, and as Yo is trying to get to the ropes, he rolls it to the center but loses it, but still has the underhook, so he just goes straight into the bloody cross. I thought that was a cool transition out of his submission finisher straight into like his impact finisher.
Yeah, that was really good. Taiji Ishimori, man, I feel like he kind of flies under the radar some, but he's really, really, really good.
And he's way older than you think he is.
Not older than I think he is, because I started following Japanese wrestling around the time he started, which has been almost 20 years ago.
Yeah. I always think, the dude looks like he's 28, but he's 38.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we move on to the following night, August 8th, also in Korakeun Hall in Tokyo, and we start off the night with Dick Togo and Gedo versus El Desperado and Kanemaru.
The best match of the tournament so far. This match was fun. This match was fucking fun.
My laugh out loud moment hasn't happened yet. We'll get to it, but it happened with Dick Togo and Gedo. Togo powders immediately. Back into the ring, though, Togo works Desperado's arm, then Kanemaru and Desperado work Togo's arm, so it's basically arm attacks from everybody here. Togo and Gedo attack Kanemaru's leg. Desperado is thrown in the barricade a few times, and then Kanemaru smashes the leg in the barricade a bunch, and he's left to answer a 20 count. More attacks to the knee, and back to the outside they go. Gedo uses a chair on Desperado's knee, on Kanemaru's knee. They get the heat on Kanemaru's knee, basically. Finally, Kanemaru hits a drop kick to the knee of his competitor and gets a tag to Desperado. And then he gets Togo into a numero dos. Togo does make it to the ropes. Desperado bashes the knee a bunch. Back and forth with Togo and Desperado. Togo gets on a crossface. Kanemaru breaks that up, but Gedo takes out Kanemaru. Togo hits a pedigree on Desperado. Then he goes up top for a senton, but Desperado gets his knees up. Gedo gets tagged in, and Desperado catches a thrust kick, hits a spine buster. Kanemaru gets tagged in, but he is hobbling around. Gedo goes right after the knee. Kanemaru hits a couple of drop kicks, a running boot for a 2 count, a few roll-up attempts from Gedo, and then Kanemaru hits a reverse DDT for a 2. Desperado takes out Togo, but Gedo blocks Deep Impact by putting his knee into Kanemaru's balls. And then Gedo kicks the knee of Kanemaru again, dragon screw, puts on the figure 4. Desperado breaks that up. The ref is then taken out. Desperado knocks out Togo with a punch. Gedo punches Desperado with the brass knuckles. And then Kanemaru ducks a punch, low blows Gedo, hits Deep Impact, and gets the win when the ref comes to.
This was probably, on paper, the least appealing match of the tournament, and it was one of the most fun. Like, these guys it was just like 4 old heels, 3 old heels and a middle-aged heel, just like, out there trying to out asshole each other and having just what turned out to be a really, really fun 19-minute tag match. Just loved this very much.
We go on to the next match of Robbie Eagles and Tiger Mask versus Yo and Sho. Tiger Mask and Sho start off with some basic wrestling, and both guys tag out. Actually, Eagles runs in at one point, and Yo takes him out in lieu of tags. We get both tagging in and out from Yo and Sho, working over Tiger Mask. Tiger Mask works his way out with some kicks to get a tag to Eagles, and then we get some double team kicks from Eagles and Tiger Mask on Yo. Tiger Mask continues the kicks until Yo catches one, hits a dragon screw. Sho and Eagles exchange some strikes. Sho drops Eagles with a shoulder tackle, then a mid kick for a 2 count. Eagles hits a running elbow to the back of the head. Double knees in the corner for 2. Sho hits a suplex to get the tag out to Yo. Yo smashes the knee a couple times, puts on the figure 4, get a rope break. Eagles blocks a 3K, fights off both guys. Yo avoids the turbo backpack, hits a thrust kick and a falcon arrow for a 2 count. Then right into a submission. Tiger Mask runs in to break that up and hits Yo with a tiger driver. They team up to take out Sho. Robbie Eagles hits a standing slice bread for a 2 count, and then springboard drop kick to the knee. Yo grabs an inside cradle when Eagles goes for a Ron Miller special. He kicks out. Eagles catches a kick, hits a turbo backpack for a 2 count. Thrust kick to a sitting Yo. 450 splash to the leg, puts on the Ron Miller special, and Yo submits.
Poor Yo, he's having a really rough time, man. This was a good match. Same story. Another good tag match, and Yo lost.
Not looking good for the defending champions here.
Not they're already eliminated.
Yeah. Then the main event of the evening was Ryusake Taguchi and Master Wato versus Taiji Ishimori and El Phantasmo. ELP takes off his shoe to show the ref. The ref looks inside and there's a note that says, "Fuck you, Taguchi."
It's like Wrestle Grand Slam.
They say that's what was in the shoe. That's what Taguchi said that he found in the shoe when he took it off.
They actually, because they did actually have it where you could see it this time. That was funny.
Ishimori and Taguchi started off. ELP, because ELP is putting his boot back on. Double teaming from Taguchi and Wato. They take out both guys. ELP and Ishimori stall for time. Eventually, they get back into the ring. ELP and Wato are the legal guys at this point. We see some chain wrestling from them. Not expected. Ishimori gets tagged in, and they start tagging in and out, working over Wato. And then they get Wato in the tray of woe. Instead of standing on his balls, they hit running drop kicks to him. Yay!
Yeah.
Double back rake, though. Wato hits a leg lariat to get some space to get a tag to Taguchi. He hits a bunch of B triggers on both guys, hits 3 amigos on Ishimori for a 2 count, roll-up attempts from both guys, then ELP and Wato both tag in. Wato sends ELP to the outside and hits a tornillo, and then back in the ring, Wato hits the springboard uppercut for a 2 count. Wato blocks the CR2, tries a jackknife pin, kick to the back of the head for a 2 count, and then Ishimori takes... Ishimori tags in. They hit the assisted Codebreaker moonsault combo for a 2 count, flying knee UFO for a 2 count. Taguchi breaks that up. Wato tries to steal a pin with ELP and Ishimori dealing with Taguchi, and then Wato hits the Recidiamente for a 2, misses the RPP off the top. ELP hits a head kick, hits CR2, and then Ishimori's holding back Taguchi, and ELP picks up the pinfall over Master Wato.
No sudden death. Did you? I'm sorry, I kind of spaced it. Did you mention the sort of the? At one point, Taiji is telling, it seems like he's telling ELP to load the boot. And ELP is telling him he can't because they actually really thoroughly checked.
Yes.
So, and he expected it. So he could not do the sudden death. So he won with the CR2. Yeah, another good, enjoyable, solid match.
Good stuff. We move on to the following night, and this is August 9th, 2021, Korakeun Hall in Tokyo. And we start off with Bullet Club versus Bullet Club, Dick Togo and Gedo versus Taiji, Ishimori, and El Phantasmo. And this is where I laughed out loud because it was hilarious. So they make an agreement, and you can hear ELP. It's going to be an easy match, right? Easy match. Togo lays down, ELP gets on top, Togo kicks out. And he's like, oh, crap. And he goes over, tags in Gedo. And Gato's like, I got it. He lays down. Dick Togo breaks up the pin. I laughed because he couldn't allow it to happen. And that's where I laughed out loud when Dick Togo ran in to break up the pin. So they conference a little bit. ELP and Ishimori turn away so they can talk privately. And that is when Dick Togo and Gedo attack from behind. ELP and Ishimori come back. They try to rake the backs of Togo and Gedo, but they're wearing t-shirts. So it didn't happen, but they reverse around and then get their hands under the t-shirt and give them back rakes. We get a double tree of woe standing on their balls for good measure. And then everyone fights on the outside. Gedo and Togo back rake Ishimori and ELP. What goes around comes around, I guess. Gedo whips Ishimori with his belt. Gedo and Togo return the favor of ELP and Ishimori back rake spots, so they go up at the top rope, look like they're going to do a double sledge or something, and just drop down and rake the back. ELP tags in, hits Goto with a couple of atomic drops, and then Togo with a springboard crossbody, lion salt, does a dive on Gedo on the outside, and then a springboard swanton back into the ring on Togo for a 2 count. Togo tries a few roll-ups and then gets into the crossface, but loses it. Togo tries to, when he tries to roll it back into the middle, then they end up clotheslining each other to a double down. Ishimori and Gedo are tagged in. Ishimori works over Gedo, but soon he gets on the yes lock, and Togo breaks that up. Gedo gets caught with the brass knuckles. Togo tries to choke Ishimori with the garrote. ELP takes out Togo, gives the belt to Ishimori while the ref is still down, and Ishimori does the Eddie Guerrero frame job spot, but it doesn't work, though it was pretty convincing. I almost thought for a second the ref might actually call the match. Tries to... I'm not sure what this meant to say. I wrote, tries a pin. Oh, he tried a pin with his feet on the ropes, but got caught. And then Gedo escapes a yes lock again. Ref is down again. Gedo kicks Ishimori in the balls. Gedo goes for a pin. ELP hits him with sudden death. And Ishimori pins Gedo.
And Kevin Kelly was appalled. Why would you load the boot for an easy match? if you expected an easy match,
Against your friend.
Yeah, exactly. ELP is a dickhead, and I love him. So I don't think I mentioned. So assuming that everything goes as planned, there's a COVID surge in North Texas right now. But if all goes well. It was a birthday present to myself because my birthday is later this month. I have got third row tickets for both days of the New Japan Strong tapings in DFW in September. So, and apparently ELP and Ishimori are coming for those tapings. So that will be very cool. I can't remember if I have ever seen Taiji Ishimori wrestle live. He might have been on the New Japan show in Dallas, but I don't. And I definitely have not. I don't think I've ever seen ELP live, so I'm excited for that.
Nice. No, I haven't seen either of them live. How is it? I don't know if I've seen Taiji Ishii. I know I definitely have not seen ELP, but I might have seen Taiji. I'd have to look up the card. Anyways, this was fun. Bullet Club versus Bullet Club, and just the all is fair in love and war type of deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next up, we had a Tiger Mask and Robbie Eagles versus Yoshinobu, Kanemaru, and El Desperado. And Desperado and Eagles were trying to square off, and Kanemaru attacks from behind. That bastard. Eagles has to fight off both guys, which he does. Tags in Tiger Mask to give himself a little breather. And he attacks the leg. Eagle back in. He goes to work on Desperado. Kanemaru pulls down Eagles when he goes for the springboard and runs him into the barricade on the outside. And then Desperado and Kanemaru start attacking Robbie's knee a bunch. He tries to tag to Tiger Mask. Desperado pulls Tiger Mask off the apron so he can't make the tag. Robbie's knee takes more punishment. Tiger Mask eventually gets the tag in and starts to make some headway, but Desperado and Kanemaru turn things around. Tiger Mask comes back, though, with the upper hand. Back and forth we go until Kanemaru and Eagles get tagged back in. Double knees to the chest, 619 to the legs, double knees to the face for a 2 count. Shots to the knee from both sides. Eagles and Kanemaru go after each other's knee. Figure 4 on Eagles. We get that broken up with a rope break. Reverse DDT from Kanemaru for a 2 count. And then Kanemaru goes up top. And it looked like he was going to go for deep impact. But he jumps down to his feet off the middle rope and jams his knee. And Eagles attacks and hits the knee, then a running forearm to the back of the head, springboard drop kick to the knee, turbo backpack. Desperado runs in and hits a drop kick suplex combo for a 2. Then Tiger Mask pops in, hits a tiger driver on Kanemaru, and then takes out Desperado. Eagles hits the 450 splash to the leg, puts on the Ron Miller special, and that is all she wrote, and Kanemaru has to tap out. So,
yeah, and they pointed...
Is that we get 3 wins for the team of Tiger Mask and Robbie Eagles?
Yeah. So, well, I'll do the standings after we review the next match.
Okay.
But yeah, They pointed out Kanemaru. I think when he went for the deep impact and his knee gave out, and that led to the finish. So, and that was due to the knee work that was inflicted upon him by Dick Togo and Gedo the day before. So, I enjoyed. Look, I really enjoy when announcers explain things to me like I'm watching professional wrestling. Mm-hmm. So I liked Kevin Kelly explaining that, like Togo and Gedo, like they don't have any wins, but they have influenced outcomes of matches. Like, the fact that knee work on Kanemaru actually probably cost Kanemaru another match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and actually, speaking about Kevin Kelly, when the next match was coming up, it's Sho and Yo versus Master Wato and Ryusake Taguchi, he was talking about these two teams find themselves in the main event because no one thought they would both be coming in with 0 wins into this match.
Yeah, that was heavy.
So, we have Yo and Taguchi started off with some mat wrestling. I don't think I've seen Taguchi do that much mat wrestling. Wato and
I have because I've watched Taguchi since he was a young lion, and yeah, he can fucking wrestle.
Yep. Wato and Sho tag in. We get double teaming from Sho and Yo. When Yo is tagged in, Wato takes him down. Get some double teaming from Wato and Taguchi. Yo is just not doing well in this tournament. He is taking a beating, and on the losing ends of things, he's taking a beating here. Sho eventually gets a hot tag, takes out Wato and Taguchi. Massive mid kick for a 2 count, goes right into the Kimura out of the kick out. Wato scrambles to the ropes to break and then eats a few kicks, catches one of them, and they start trading strikes. Wato gets a tag to Taguchi, and he hits both guys with some B triggers, springboard hip attack for a 2 count. Taguchi can only hit 2 of the amigos, and Sho hits the suplex out of that, gets a tag over to Yo. He hits a neck breaker on Taguchi for a 2. Taguchi then gets on an ankle lock. Double team from Sho and Yo, double jumping knees, backstabber, drop kick combo. Taguchi avoids a 3K with a hip attack. Actually, he hip attacked out of a 3K attempt, which was pretty awesome. Tags in Wato, so we get a springboard uppercut from Master Wato, and tope con hilo over the corner post to the floor on Yo after Yo had stepped out of the way of the normal tornillo that he did not actually attempt to do, or he stopped shy of the ropes and then hit the con hilo over the post. We get a breakdown.
That was pretty bananas. I was not expecting that.
We get a breakdown, everybody down, and then Sho takes out Taguchi on the outside. Yo goes for direct drive but can't hit it. Wato drops Yo with a kick for a 2 count, Recitamento, and then Sho has to break up that pin attempt. Wato and Taguchi take out Sho, double team kick, and then a Dodon and RPP. And Yo gets pinned by Wato. And Yo eats the pin again here. So Sho and Yo are eliminated at this point. They cannot win this tournament.
Yes, and actually, so are 6 or 9. The standings are, and this is with each team has 2 matches to go. Those will be on Monday and Tuesday. We got Flying Tiger and Bullet Club's Cutest Tag Team at 6 points each. And they will wrestle each other on Monday. That we got Despy and Kanemaru, who are the only other team that are still alive at 4. And then we have 6 or 9 at 2. And then at 0 and 0, the Far East Connection and Roppongi 3K.
Yep.
So, Flying Tiger, Bullet Club's Cutest Tag Team, and Despy Maru are the 3 teams that are still alive. And I looked at this and tried to do G1 math and got a headache. So, it's going to be one of the... And actually, so... I guess they're not doing a final. They're just going to do like a regular round robin. So the main event on Tuesday is Desperado and Kanemaru against Ishimori and Phantasmo. So that is likely going to be the match that decides the tournament.
Yes, the next tournament day isn't until the 16th, right? We don't have any matches. We don't have tournament matches till then.
Yeah, we got house shows tomorrow and Sunday, and then we're back at Korakeun Monday and Tuesday.
Yep. So that should wrap it up there. So, fun times. And then we move on to the final match we are covering. And this is in Yokohama Budokan on August 10th, 2021. And this is once again for the the Never Openweight 6-man championships. So we have Tetsuya, Naito, Sonata, and Bushi challenging Yoshi-Hashi, Tomohiro Ishii, and Hirooki Goto.
Yeah,
and this
and
was
you pointed it out. Yeah, you pointed out earlier that Naito wearing the big match whites for Yoda-Tsuchi's farewell match. Also, almost even more surprising, he wore the big match white here for the Never 6-man title match, which should tell you a lot about how much the profile of those belts has risen in the last year.
Mm-hmm. And this match was a bit bonkers. It was hard to keep up because you have all these guys doing stuff.
Right.
So
there was a lot, and I'll let you do your recap, but I'm going to explain the sort of the story here. Ishii and Bushi are what I will call the center of gravity for each team, and it's sort of built on it's Ishii because number one, he's not the one in the tag team title program, and number two, he's Tomohiro Ishii. He can absorb incredible amounts of punishment. And Bushi Kevin Kelly, he's so good at making these points, because he explains it in a way that it doesn't minimalize Bushi, but it does explain that in this match of these 6, he is the most vulnerable, and he needs to be. You have to assume that LIJ's probability of success depends on keeping Bushi from sustaining too much damage, from being in the ring too much. So because you want him fresh in that closing stretch of the match, because that's when the speed and agility that he brings to the table could really make a difference. So, and a lot of this match was sort of based on and it came down to Bushi versus Ishii.
Yeah, so they're all standing in the ring trying to figure out who's going to start off, and Bushi's like, screw this, and he runs in and drop kicks Ishii in the face, so they all just start brawling. Chaos isolates Naito for a bit. Ishii lays in some hard chops, riding up into the throat like he likes to do. Bushi causes a distraction so they can take down Ishii, and then Bushi and Sonata fight with Goto and Yoshi-Hashi on the outside. LIJ then work over Ishii, and once again show that Red Shoes is just an awful ref. Goto finally makes a hot tag, runs everybody off, hits Bushi with a bulldog for a 2 count. Naito tags in, works Goto's knee. We get a breakdown. Everybody gets involved. Yoshi-Hashi and Naito go back and forth in the ring while everybody else is fighting on the outside. We get a double down here. And then Yoshi-Hashi makes the dumb move of doing a striking exchange with Naito when they get to his feet. Naito does a bunch of the pull-in short elbows and then hits Diamond Dust. But then Yoshi-Hashi blocks a Destino.
That version, Naito's version of Diamond Dust that he calls Esperanza, move is fucking sweet.
Yoshi-Hashi blocks a Destino though, but eats some more pull-in elbows. Yoshi-Hashi hits a dragon suplex, then a super kick, and then a backstabber to a double down once again. Ichii and Sonata then get tagged in. They move super fast until Sonata runs into the brick shithouse that is Ishimori's shoulder. And Sonata then sends Ishimori to the outside, hits him with a dive. Bushi and Goto get involved, and they're dispatched. Sonata gets on the skull end on Ishii, brings it to the ground. Sonata lets it go, goes for the moonsault, but lands on his feet, but eats a super kick as soon as he lands from Yoshi-Hashi. We get some double teaming from Goto and Yoshi-Hashi, and they hit a GYR. Then both do dives to the outside on Naito and Bushi. Ishii hits a powerbomb with a high stack for a 2 count, massive lariat for a 2 count. Sonata almost rolls up Ishii at one point. Yoshi-Hashi breaks it up, and then Bushi tags in and spikes Ishii with a DDT. He was just like standing on his head for like 3 seconds before he flopped over. Bushi fights out of a double team from Yoshi-Hashi and Ishii. Naito pulls Goto off the apron so Ishii can't make the tag out. We get triple teaming on Ishii from LIJ. Bushi hits a code breaker for 2. Goto stops a MX attempt. Everybody gets involved, and then everybody gets knocked down. And then everybody slowly gets back up. Bushi hits a missile dropkick on Ishii. Ishii pops right back up and wipes out Bushi with a lariat. Bushi then makes the very, very poor choice of striking with Ishii. Then Ishii ducks the mist and hits a headbutt that drops Bushi for a 2 count. Sonata helps Bushi finish a crucifix bomb at one point. That was pretty awesome. He got up on Ishii's arms in the crucifix position, but couldn't pull him down. So Sonata drop kicked the back of Bushi to push down Ishii. Naito runs in, hits a Destino on Ishii. Bushi crawls up the ropes, hits an MX on Ishii. Goto breaks up the pin. They had me on that right there.
They had me on that one too. I accidentally knew the result, so they didn't have me. But it was one of those that like they had me even though I knew.
Naito throws Goto out of the ring. Bushi hits Terrible for 2. Then Bushi crawls up the top rope at the 35-minute mark and misses the Super MX. Goto gets involved. Super kick Ushigoroshi combo from Goto and Yoshi-Hashi. Naito in. Goto takes him out. Reverse GYW. And then a sliding lariat from Ishii for a 2 count. Ishii hits the vertical drop brainbuster. And Naito and Bushi are tied up. And Ishii gets the pin. And they retain, Chaos retains the never Openweight 6-man championships.
Oh, this match was awesome. Loved it. This was great.
Yeah, this was very good. Really, not a ton to say as far as the tag league stuff, but these 2 6-man matches that we talked about have been really fun and really good. And I am dig the 6-man matches get a little chaotic at times, but I would like to see their stock rise for the 6-man titles, and it's starting to become a bit of a coveted title.
I gotta tell you, I think that these belts deserve it to be actually like defended in a like actual 3-on-3 featured match on the card at Wrestle Kingdom. Like I think that I think our boys have earned that by now.
Oh my god, Yoshi-Hashi is older than I am.
Oh, how old is he?
He's 39.
Oh yeah, I think because I remember I think he debuted about 2006 or 2007. Remember, I think he was a little older when he debuted.
Yeah. But again, he looks younger than he is.
Yeah, he does.
So anyways, these matches have been really fun, but there's a lot of fun stuff coming up with New Japan. Obviously, we have Resurgence tomorrow, but it's late for us, or late for me at least. It's going to be 11 o'clock because it's Pacific time, 8 o'clock Pacific time, so I'm probably going to watch that on Sunday. So if we watch it on Sunday, maybe we'll cover it on Monday. But then going into we're going to finish up the Super Junior Tag League next week as well. And then we have the Wrestle Grand Slam shows in the MetLife Dome on September 4th and 5th, which is also the same day as All Out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's going to be
a fun one.
We need to talk just a little bit about this Resurgence card, I feel.
Yeah, okay. Let's, do you have it up?
I'm bringing it up.
Okay.
1 second.
Summer Struggle Resurgence. There we go. So we have a dark match of unannounced and unannounced.
X versus X. So presumably not PCO's former TNA gimmick from years ago.
But presumably X is gonna win.
Yeah.
Then we open it with Alex Coughlin versus Carl Fredericks in a 15-minute opener. What's Alex?
A thing that New Japan or in other companies that young wrestlers will have from time to time a challenge series where he has a series of singles matches against more experienced opponents. Alex Coughlin is doing one of those. His first match was against a guy I have become a huge fan of, the Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander from Impact. I think he had another match with somebody else in there, but yeah, this is the next match in his challenge series against Carl Fredericks. And I would expect Carl Fredericks to win, since they tend to book based on hierarchy, and
yeah.
But I imagine that will be a good little match.
Then we have Rocky Romero, Fred Rosser, and Wheeler Yuta versus Red Narita, Clark Connors, and TJP.
I am excited for this match. This looks awesome, man. If you guys have not watched New Japan Strong, you don't know it, but Fred Rosser, the former Darren Young in WWE, has gotten really, really good. It is like a fucking professional wrestler in New Japan and fits in like he belongs there and is great. So I'm really, really excited to see him get to Japan after once the travel restrictions ease. But yeah, dude, this match, just the talent, I cannot wait to see Wheeler Yuta lock up with Ren Narita. And TJP is a fantastic wrestler, and I just think that this is going to be, a very action-packed and enjoyable six-man tag.
Then, since Jon Moxley lost the IWGP US Championship, he is in a different match now. He is teaming up with a mystery partner versus the Good Brothers, Machine Gun Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows. Who do you think is going to be the guest or the mystery partner?
The Twitterverse seems pretty determined that it's going to be Sami Callihan, which would be fine.
I wasn't even thinking of Sami Callihan.
Darby Allin apparently canceled an appearance date for Saturday that he was originally scheduled for. So that could be something. But who, above all, I want to get a shot in New Japan because I know how much it would mean for him, and I know that he would do his best to kill it. Fucking Eddie Kingston.
That would be awesome. I would be fine with Darby Allin, Eddie Kingston, but really my money was on Shooter.
Well, it was supposed to be Moxley and Shooter, and so Shooter is in the UK and cannot come to the United States from the UK because of COVID travel restrictions. Yep. So this is the second time that they plan to do a Mox and Shooter reunion. The first time Shooter was injured, and now he cannot get into the United States from the UK.
All right, so then we have a 5-on-5 match. Oh, let's get to this. Leo Rush, Brody King, Chris Dickerson, Fred Yehai, and Yuya Uemura
Yes.
And then versus Tom Lawler, J.R. Kratos, Danny Limelight, Jor-El Nelson. I don't know who that is.
Jor-El Nelson and Royce Isaacs, the West Coast Wrecking Crew. They have been on AEW Dark as well, and they've been on New Japan Strong. And they are the newest members of Team Filthy. They last week on New Japan Strong, they had a battle against J.R. Kratos and Danny Limelight. And then after the match, they looked to be like they were thinking about coming to blows some more. And Filthy Tom came out and smoothed the situation and invited the West Coast Wrecking Crew into Team Filthy, and they accepted. So yeah, this is a full strength Team Filthy against an awesome team comprised of Brody King and Chris Dickinson, two members of Violence Unlimited and Ring of Honor. Fred Yehai, who is fucking great. If you like technical wrestling, Fred Yehai is awesome. We got Yuya Uemura, who was in his first match on Excursion, and we got Leo Rush, who is really, really fantastic. And I would expect Leo Rush to win the fall in this match because it appears that they are building to him being the next challenger for Filthy Tom's strong open weight title. Although I commented on Twitter when somebody was talking about Yuya being on the show, I wrote that Yuya was going to pin Filthy Tom and set up a title match where he would win the title, and Tom in fact liked the tweet, so he knows what's up.
And hopefully Leo Rush decides to cancel his retirement.
Yeah, hopefully. He's really good. He's great. And when shit opens back up and he's able to go to Japan, him in Best of the Super Junior, him against fucking Hiromu or Robbie Eagles, oh my god.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have a match that I really want to see, and that is Tomohiro Ishii versus Moose.
Yeah, they fought before when Moose was in ROH. It's been several years ago. But yeah, Ishii versus Moose, that is awesome. And I gotta say, Ishii, if he's gonna be in cut, surely he's gonna be more for just a day. He's gonna hang out for a week or two. Tony Khan, please, if you're listening, you're not listening, but if you are, please give me Tomohiro Ishii versus Miro, please.
Yes, that would be wonderful. Then we have the first of our double main event, and this is Jay White defending his never openweight championship against David Finlay.
And it's gonna be, as it always is, except for 2 out of 13 times, I believe Jay White is going to be victorious and retain the championship in this match.
And then the other main event is Lance Archer defending his IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship against the Ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi.
The Ace of the Century.
Yes.
I think Tanahashi is going to win, and then I think Jon Moxley is going to appear and challenge Tanahashi to a title match, either at All Out, most probably at All Out, but I also had the thought that it could be at the Rampage at the United Center if that hasn't sold out yet. But the rumors, the news has circulated that recently Jon Moxley and Tony Khan had a late night conversation where Moxley laid out the program that he wanted to work that would result in a match against a top New Japan talent at All Out. So I think we're going to have Hiroshi Tanahashi against Jon Moxley, and Moxley will win back the U.S. title at All Out.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, they announced for a minute on Twitter that a match between Juice Robinson and Hikuleo, and then they took that down immediately. So I don't know. I expect / I hope that that Chris Bay will be on the show since he's now a member of Baylet Club.
Yep.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
So are we finished kind of previewing the show here?
Yep.
Okay, well, before we finish, I just wanted to take a moment. Got the news yesterday. Chris Hero posted on Twitter. Jamel Hepburn, who known in internet wrestling circles as Real Hero, at Real Hero 12089 on Twitter. He passed away over the weekend, and been a lot of beautiful tributes to this guy. I only knew him as Real Hero. I didn't know him personally, but if you watch Japanese wrestling on the internet through any kind of unofficial source, there is a very high probability that you owe a huge debt of gratitude to Real Hero. He had the infamous All Japan archive on Google Drive, and his YouTube and Daily Motion channels. This was a guy who loved professional wrestling, loved Japanese wrestling in particular, and just wanted to share Japanese wrestling footage with the world. And I know I benefited heavily for it. I've seen so many people talk about how, his uploads helped them find and fall in love with Japanese wrestling. So since this is the show where we talk about New Japan, I just wanted to take a moment to pay tribute and say rest in peace to Jamel Hepburn, aka Real Hero.
Yeah, there's I listened to Observer, and the number of deaths in the past 3 weeks has been insane, and I wish it would stop.
Yeah. Also, the Dominic DeNucci passed away yesterday. He was a big star in Jim Barnett's Australia territory in the '60s. He was a Northeast guy, so he was a star in the WWF. Probably best known to modern wrestling fans. He in fact trained in the same class, trained Mick Foley and Shane Douglas. So also rest in peace to Dominic DeNucci and Bobby Eaton. And man, this has just been a really really shitty couple of weeks as far as that goes.
All right, anything else you want to touch on before we wrap it up here?
No, man, we got 30 minutes before Rampage, so yeah.
Be good times. All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in to That's Wrestling. Listen to either as a podcast, or if you're listening as a podcast, head over to our YouTube or Twitch. We do the show live over there. Comments, questions, feedback, you can send those to eric@thatswrestling.com. You can follow us on Twitter @thatswrestling1 with the number 1. You can join our Discord. Link is in the show notes to all this fun stuff. Leave a review on your favorite podcast app of choice. Share it around, like it, all that fun stuff. And for Trae, you can find him at WrestleIsm on the Twitter. And until next time, thanks for watching That's Wrestling. See you later, guys.
Bye.